All right, scientists, let's go ahead and see what we're going to be looking at today. What do you notice right here? It is a pumpkin. And you know what? I wonder, how did this pumpkin grow to look like this? Do you know? Hmm, think of some ideas. How do you think the pumpkin became this way? Made me think of this question. How does a pumpkin grow and change? Today, we're going to be learning about the life cycle of a pumpkin. Look at the I can statement with me. Are you ready? Follow along with your eyes and listen with your ears. Use your finger to point. I can describe the life cycle of a pumpkin. So, what would happen if we planted this seed in the soil? This is a pumpkin seed. I wonder what would happen if we planted it in the soil. Do you know what would happen? Well, soil is dirt. Do you see the pumpkin seed? I wonder what would happen if we planted it in the soil. Well, you know what, boys and girls? I want to show you what would happen. Can I tell you? Okay, so if we have a pumpkin seed or many seeds that we plant, we can go ahead and start with this seed. And if we start with this seed or many seeds, we can go ahead and plant the seed in soil. Do you know what soil is? It is dirt. Okay, so if we plant it, we dig a hole and plant the pumpkin seed in the soil. We're going to go ahead and do that. And then, do you know what happens after we plant the pumpkin seed in the soil? What do you think? Well, we would put water on it to help it to grow. And it would get sunshine, you're right. And after some time, scientists, what would happen next? Do you know? First it's a seed, and then you know what starts to happen? Scientists. Then the next stage comes. So next, leaves start to sprout. Do you remember when we planted the seed in the soil? And then we watered it and the sunshine came, and after time, then there were leaves. So that's the next part. So remember, first we had pumpkin seeds. And remember when we planted the seed in the soil? And then after time, there were leaves that started to grow. Do you know what happens next? Oh, I can't wait to share with you. Okay, so the next part of the life cycle of a pumpkin that happens is that a flower starts to sprout, and it's so beautiful. It's a pumpkin flower, and it's yellow, and it's so pretty, and it's now a flower. Isn't that amazing? Okay, so remember first, I remember when we started off the life cycle of the pumpkin, Do you remember when there were seeds and we planted the seed in the soil? And then we watered it and the sun was shining, and after time, then the leaves started to sprout. And after some more time, then a flower blossomed. It's a pumpkin flower. Do you know what happens next? Get ready, boys and girls. Look how cute this next part is. Now it is a young pumpkin. Did you know a young pumpkin is green? It's true. Here's a young pumpkin, and we're going to go ahead and add this young pumpkin to the life cycle. Can you help me? So, remember, now it's going to become a young pumpkin. So let's go ahead and put young pumpkin here. All right. And then there's one final step. We know first it was seed. Remember we planted the seed in the dirt? And then the leaves started to sprout. And then a pumpkin flower. It's yellow, it's bright, it's shiny. And then look after the pumpkin flower. Remember when it was the green, the young pumpkin? It's the little green pumpkin. And you know what happens next? I'll give you a clue. Do you see this pumpkin here? This is the last stage. Are you ready for the last part of the life cycle of a pumpkin? Now it looks like this, but it's all orange. It is now a ripe pumpkin. Let's add that up here to our life cycle of a pumpkin chart. And let's go ahead and put that right here so that we know. So the final stage is a ripe pumpkin. All right, so boys and girls, let's go ahead and look back at this together. Ready? I can describe the life cycle of a pumpkin. And remember, it was first a seed, and then leaves, then the flower, a young pumpkin, and then a ripe pumpkin. So, we did the life cycle of a pumpkin. Great job, boys and girls. Do you remember what happens on the life cycle of a pumpkin? Look back. What can you remember?